All right, everyone. So thank you for coming today. If you can, in the messages, there's a link to the 2026 business playbook. This is the workbook that you'll actually use to fill things out. So if you're in a position to where that you can download this and open it up or print it out, I would definitely advise that you do that. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jeremy McDonald. I'm a mentor here at Loan Factory and then the team leader for the Legends Mortgage team. So I originally started in the mortgage industry back in 2003. So I saw the collapse that happened back then, worked for a lot of call centers, worked for some small brokers, retail lenders, anywhere from Carrington, Freedom Mortgage, Merrill Lynch Home Loans, which was really cool working with financial advisors. So I've kind of seen it all, been through it all. I've been through both level 1 and level 2 with the core, which a lot of this is based off of. I've also been through the mortgage marketing animals, Tom Ferry's, Brian Buffini's, you name it, I've kind of been through it. So the stuff that we're going to go over today is going to show you how I went from making $190,000 to over $430,000 the next year and $470,000+ within 2 years. So this is not theory. It's not motivation. This is the system that I use. Everything about that you're going to see today, it's proven, it's tested. This is built on real numbers. And if you do it, period, it will work and you will be successful. So today we're going to reverse engineer your 2026 income goals and build your daily playbook. And by the end of this session, you're going to have a complete 90-day action plan. So you can't win in a season that you don't plan for. And please forgive me, there's going to be a lot of football related little analogies in this because I played football for 20 years and coached for 10. But most loan officers, they don't have a plan. Most react to the market instead of planning for it. And champions don't hope for success, they engineer it. So we're going to give you 3 things today. So the first is your income target, which is the exact number of deals that you need. And then a 12-month plan, which is a complete marketing and referral strategy. And then the third one is an accountability system, how to track progress and maintain balance. So this system transformed my business, and I know that it can transform yours as well. So the results speak for themselves. So again, got into this business a long time ago. And back in 2019, that was my first full year moving from being in a call center to working outside with a retail lender at that time. It was Prime Lending. And I ended up making $190,000 that year, which was awesome. Nothing to complain about. A lot of hard work, no real system. I was just having tons of appointments with real estate agents and going where the wind took me. So in 2020, I moved over to the core level 1 coaching. And in 2020, I made a little bit over $430,000. So that's over 126% growth. And then in 2021, I made over $470,000, which was an increase of 147%. Now, here's what changed, because I did not get smarter. I did not work more hours. I just got intentional about the things that I was doing. And I stopped guessing and I started planning. So I tracked my numbers, just like a professional athlete tracks their statistics. And I built a daily rhythm that I could actually stick to. So how do we do this? Well, the best way to do it is to start at the end and work backwards. So most people start with the activity and hope that it leads somewhere. So we're flipping that completely on its head. We're going to start with what you want to take home and then work backwards with the daily activity. So here is the framework that we're going to do that. So what do you want to take home? You want to be very specific about your net income, and then you want to back into the gross income by adding your business expenses, whether that be, payroll taxes, that sort of thing, or if you are 1099 and have business expenses that you write off, back it out that way. So next you want to calculate your loan volume and the units that you need. So you're going to take your volume and divide that by your average income per loan. That's going to tell you how much that you make per transaction so that you can reverse engineer your goals. So next you're going to determine the daily activities that are going to generate the loans that you need. And so this is going to give you clarity, and clarity creates confidence. So now we're going to move over to the workbook over here. And so we're going to take the workbook and we're going to go over to page 1, which is like page 5. And so right now, go ahead and open to that. I want you to just take a couple of minutes and write down. And if you don't have it to where that you can do the workbook, use your notes app on your phone or a piece of paper. But what is it that you want to take home? And you want to know what your target is, because this is your roadmap to everything here moving forward. So I'm going to give everybody about 2 or 3 minutes to go ahead and put that information in there. And whenever you know and you've got this completed, just drop a comment in the messages letting me know that you got it completed. And while you're doing this, I want everybody to drop in the messages on what it is that you want to take home after taxes for 2026. Okay, I love it. So we're going to continue moving forward, but the other people on the call, drop it in. Drop what you want to make, you know. Big numbers don't scare anybody here. So next, we're going to talk about your conversion funnel. So you need to know your conversion rates. Otherwise, you're flying blind. So typically speaking, you've got your leads, which is your initial contacts. You've got your applications, which really only about 30% of your leads are going to become applications. These are industry standard numbers, of course. And then, 85% is really the bare minimum. Honestly, if you work with real estate agents and you're only closing 85% of the contracts that you get in, you're probably going to be out of this business real quick, which is why we have such a high turnover in this business. So me personally, my closing rate for the past 5 years is over 99%. If I issue a pre-approval, I'm closing the loan point blank period. I love competing against loan officers that will pre-approve someone based on what they say the customer makes, what they say this is, what they say that is. Don't be one of those people. Now, if you don't know your numbers, you can use these industry averages to start, but here's the key. You must track your actual numbers going forward. So when you approve each conversion rate by even just 5%, your income is going to explode. So now in the workbook, we're going to go to page 2. And so this is where you're going to be able to calculate your entire pipeline, and we can walk through this together. So when we're looking at this, based off of what you said that you wanted to make and what you currently make per loan, you're going to look at this, and based on your goal of X closed loans in 2026, this is what you're going to need. The number of contracts per year. So that is your closed loans, which is 85% of the contracts that you get in. How many contracts that you're going to need per month. So you're going to take what you want for the year and divide that by 12. Applications per year, which is your contracts per year divided by 75.75, Applications per month divided by 12, leads per month, and so on. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to, again, give you guys about 3 minutes to go ahead and complete this. And then whenever you're done, go ahead and drop in the comments that you're complete. All right, we're going to go ahead and move on now. So next up is your daily tracking. So what gets measured gets managed. So if you hit these numbers every week for the next 90 days, you're definitely going to hit your annual goal. So you have to have non-negotiables. And these are what some of these non-negotiables are. The first one is your agent calls. How many agent partners will you call every single week? You want to think about that. The next one is your past client touches. Are you staying in contact with your gold mine? With your past clients, that's really what they are, is gold mine. What about your pre-approvals? Are you building a pipeline? Are you following up with the people that you've taken applications and given pre-approvals to, making sure that they're still hunting for a house? Making sure that you haven't lost them to some other lender. What about meetings set? Are you getting face-to-face with real estate agents and referral partners? So your job is not to worry about the year. Your job is to win the week, and that's every single week you want to win. So we're going to kind of look at it. So when it comes to having conversations with real estate agents, you want to aim for a minimum of 20 to 30 good conversations per week. That means that you're going to have to make a lot more than 20 or 30 calls. So just keep that in mind. This is your actual good conversations. Past client, again, some of you are new, some of you don't have the past client database. If you're a real estate agent and you have a past client database from real estate, then use that. And so you want to try to get 15 to 25 of those per week. Face-to-face meetings, 5 to 10 is definitely a lot. And what you can do is you can kind of break that up. So you can have a couple coffee appointments or lunch appointments, but then you can also go to a networking event and have conversations with 10 real estate agents or builders or whatever it may be. So there's options there. When it comes to the pre-approval appointments, you definitely need to be doing at least 3 to 5 pre-approvals every single week. That's kind of a bare minimum. Follow-up calls and text messages, 30 to 50 per week. That's calling, texting your customers, past customers, referral partners. You need to make sure that you're staying on top of that. Now, social media posts, bare minimum 3 to 5 posts per week per social media platform. So Facebook personal and business, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google My Business, TikTok, Pinterest, Threads. There's a bunch of them. So you really want to make sure that you're using a lot of those, as well as a blog. And then when it comes into your daily non-negotiables, what time are you going to start your morning routine? And you need to stick to that. And I know that some of you have other jobs, whether you're a real estate agent or you have a 9 to 5 somewhere or whatever it may be. You can be flexible in how you do this, but whatever you decide that time is, like, that's the time and you have to stick to it. So your first call block, what time are you going to do that? Definitely not before 9 o'clock in the morning. If someone calls me to telemarket to me, essentially anytime before about 11 o'clock in the morning, it's not going to go very well. So you have to keep that in mind of what time that you're doing your calls. And then what is the number of outbound calls that you're going to make each day, and make that a goal and do everything you can to hit that every single day. The meaningful conversations per day, and you can kind of back into these numbers when you look at, your weekly commitment to find out, like, how many calls do I need to have per day? If I'm looking for a total of, let's see here, 20, 35, 40, 45. So if I'm looking for at least 45 per day, 45 per week, Monday through Friday, just go ahead and bump that up to 50 and say that you're looking for 10 calls per day. That was my goal when I followed this in 2020 and 2021. That's what took me from making 190,000 up to over 400,000 per year. So, and I'm going to also just let you know, like, it's not always the easiest thing to do 100% of this. I can honestly say that other than the first couple of months doing it, I never was able to do 100%, because you get to a point to where that you're so busy that you don't have enough time to do all the prospecting and things like that. And that is a great problem to have. At one point in time, I was closing 12, 13, 11 loans per month and processing all of them myself. I didn't sleep very much. I wasn't super happy, but I was making a ton of money. Not a good way to live, though. But you guys get the point. All right. So next, there are really only 4 ways to grow. So past client database, which is your existing customers, and that is definitely your gold mine. If you do not have a past client database, if you're on a team or you have a mentor or you have real estate agents that are working with you, see if they'll let you follow up on their past clients. I'm sure something might be able to get worked out. Your agent and real estate realtor partners. So those are your strategic referral relationships. And I'm a big believer in working with real estate agents that you actually like. I know a lot of mortgage people aren't crazy about real estate agents, which is wild to me, because, like, why are you even in this business? But for me personally, I won't work with someone as far as a referral partner if I don't like them. If I'm not willing to go have lunch with them or go watch a football game, if they like football or whatever. Like, if it's someone where they call me and I dread talking to them, I don't want to work with them. Because one of my core strategies is I don't end phone calls with real estate agents. They end the phone call. So if they want to talk to me for 5 minutes or 50 minutes or 2 hours, like, it's up to them. I'm going to continue to be on that call as long as they want to talk to me, because I'm building a relationship. I'm making sure that they know me, that they trust me, and that they like me, and that they have no reason to ever use anyone else other than myself. So next is your builders and your VIP referrals. So builders are great. They're very, very difficult to get in with, especially if you're new. And this is the reason why. Builders, they have their own lender or they have preferred lenders. So if you get in with them, you're going to get their turn down. So if you're new and you're getting and you don't actually know how to do those loans or close those loans, then it's going to be a problem, especially with bigger builders. You miss one closing with the builder and it's a wrap. You're done. You're never going to get another deal from them. And I know this firsthand personally. A builder that I worked with for 3 years, their general manager left and went to another builder, and the new person that came in said that I must have been committing fraud because she couldn't understand how I closed loans that their in-house lender that they owned couldn't. Well, their in-house lender went down to a 640 credit score, so a whole bunch of people could close stuff that they couldn't. But I had one customer who decided to buy a brand new car 2 weeks before closing with $700 some odd payment when we were paying off every account to even get him qualified. And that loan, of course, did not close. And so I've never seen another one from them since then. So builders have to make sure that you know what you're doing. It might be a good idea to go after some smaller builders first. Now, VIP referrals. Referral partners? What do I mean by those? We're talking about CPAs, divorce attorneys, probate attorneys, real estate investors. Think about all of those. I mean, even insurance agents and title companies to a lesser extent. Next, we've got the direct consumer marketing, where this is where you want to focus on building your brand and your visibility. And the primary way that you're going to do this is through social media. I do encourage everybody to get your own domain and do your own website for your mortgage business. Loan factories are great. Loan Factory has some of the best tools. Well, no, Loan Factory has the best tools I've ever seen in the mortgage industry. But our little landing sites for us, they're not great. What I would recommend doing is getting just any type of website that allows you to have a blog, and you want to post on the blog on a very consistent basis. So when it comes to SEO search, your website and the amount of fresh new educational content, okay? So not, oh, hey, here's a program, but hey, this is how DTI is calculated. This is the requirements from a credit standpoint for an FHA mortgage. So the goal is education. Whether it's Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever, AI, they want to know that you are giving out educational items, because when people ask questions of search engines and AI, they're asking for education. So you want to be a source of expertise with that. So in addition to what you do on social media, also keep in mind that Google and AI does not search Facebook. So the content that you put on Facebook, you're going to want to pick 2 of these categories, and you're going to want to dominate them. Make them just like all in, like whether it's, if you're new to it, building real estate agent relationships and builder relationships or BFA referrals, or direct to consumer plus agents, whatever it is, pick 2 of those areas in the next 90 days, absolutely dominate them. So when we're looking at page 4 here on the workbook, this is where you've got, your plan to where that you can put this together and you can fill this in. You don't have to do this one now, but where you can develop the plan that works for you and that works for your schedule. If you're someone that's a mentee of mine or on my team, then the Legends Mortgage Coaching Assistant Custom Chat GPT is great for this. Not only does it have literally both of these presentations already built into it, it's got thousands of pages of coaching content, all the underwriting guidelines for every single type of loan program, well, all the major ones at least, not non-QM. But that is a great source to help you build this out, okay? So next, channel 1, your gold mine. So now we're going to talk a little bit more about each one of these. So this is your past clients. So as far as easier to convert than cold leads. These are people that they already know you, they already trust you, they closed with you, whether that was on a mortgage transaction or a real estate transaction. And this is really a very simple strategy. You want to touch them 2 times per year minimum. The more, the better. So you can do a lot of different things. So in the core, one of the things that they taught us about was letters from the heart. So each month we would take a section of 10 to 15 of our past clients and type up or write up a letter, hand sign it to them and send it. And it's really not anything that has to do with mortgages or real estate. It's just like telling them about your life. In many ways, when you market yourself, you want to market yourself like your reality show that has a bunch of mortgage commercials. Okay, so people tune in, people follow you, people want to know you because you're a reality show. You give them an inside look into your life, from a personal standpoint, from a business standpoint, the behind the scenes type of things. So the letter from the heart program is something that's good. You can do it by an email, it just depends. Some people prefer a letter, some people prefer an email. And from a customer, you never know what they're going to prefer either. So, and when you do that, when you're sending those out, you want to make sure that you're asking for a referral from them. If these are people that like you, that did business with you in the past, then hopefully that they should know somebody that they can refer you to. You can also provide customized, kind of like rate alerts, what we have in Loan Factory, although make sure that those are correct. Make sure they're not getting sent out on borrower paid comp with 0 comp, because the last thing you want to do is tell someone you're going to give them a free loan and then be like, oh crap, I'm going to have to pay Loan Factory to do this loan and I'm not even going to make a single penny, because that's not fun. So just make sure that you're on point with that, because most loan officers, they close a loan or they close a client, they never talk to them again. And that is leaving money on the table. So in the workbook, you can add your past clients. Don't guess. You want to really do those numbers, decide how often that you're going to contact them, and decide whether you're going to call them, whether you're going to text them, whether you're going to send them letters from the heart or emails from the heart, invite them to events like customer appreciation events. Real estate agents love partnering with lenders to help show past client appreciation events, or even just, home buyer appreciation events. So one of the things that you guys always want to be thinking about in marketing, especially to real estate agents, is what value can I bring to them? Because if your value is you answer your phone, you do same day pre-approvals, you have great rates, and you close on time, that is literally the bare minimum that anyone should ever do. Like, that is, if you can't do that, you do not need to be in this profession, period. So you can't entice someone to send business to you, especially over someone they've already been working to, if all you're doing is the bare minimum. So you have to think of these ways that you can add value. All right, so the next source that we got here is the partner strategy. So this is, again, the real estate agents, which this should be your number one referral source. This should be about 80% of your business right here, period, end of discussion. And real estate agents, like I was talking about, they only do business with people they trust. So your strategy should be to identify the top 3 current real estate agents that are sending you deals right now, and make sure that you show them love. Make sure that you're reaching out to them, you're having conversations, you're being their friends. Now you want to identify at least 3 new partners that you want to gain their business in the next 90 days or in Q1 of next year. And on Mondays, sorry, I got to keep up with this thing. So on Mondays, which is your agent day, you want to make sure that you do keep that focus and that you're doing those reaching out and that you're staying consistent with that. The consistency is going to build trust, okay? So getting a loan from someone, a transaction, that's not building trust. It's a start, okay? But you got to be consistent. So every Monday, you're going to call the agents, you're going to set meetings, you're going to go visit different real estate offices, drop off, whether it's donuts, cookies, whatever, something that you can add some type of value. And it's never a bad idea to have the receptionist at real estate offices like you. They are your friend. They are going to refer, especially new agents, to you. So in the workbook, in section 2 there, list your top 3 agents, the ones that you have now, and identify 3 new ones that you want to go after in the next 90 days, and plan your Monday agent activities accordingly. So next up on page 4 there, we've got 3, which is the builders and VIP referral partners. And so this is how you go beyond grinding. All right. So getting business from real estate agents and marketing directly to consumers is 100% a grind. Builders, financial advisors, CPAs, attorneys, real estate investors, they're not a grind. Whenever you show them that you're competent and that you are going to get loans closed, you're going to take care of their customers. And this is white glove service, okay? You need to treat them like they are your favorite person on the planet, okay? When you get a financial advisor, a CPA, attorney, real estate investors, that is multiple per year, and when they got you or when you got them. So it's really nice, because then that just becomes a business source that just trickles in, that you're not having to go out and hunt for and grind for. So your goal should be to add at least 5 new referral partners in the next 90 days. Those relationships, they take time, but they are definitely worth it, okay? So in section 3 there on the workbook, list any builders or VIP partners that you currently work with, and then start identifying new partners that you want to pursue. So some of you might have the question, and this is not in this, but how do you find those? Google is great for this, okay? You can literally just go to Google and go builders near me, CPAs near me, attorneys near me. You can't really do real estate investors, but you can do real estate brokerages near me. And you can just, and it's manual unless you are into AI and technology stuff, which is a whole nother story, because there are definitely ways out there that you can scrape all that information. If you don't have access to their tools, or you don't know how to build that type of stuff, then you can still do it the old school way. Just go on to Google and start making your spreadsheet, copy and pasting, identifying those people that you want to work with. Go after the ones that have a decent amount of reviews, and then go after some that have no reviews at all. Mix it up, see what works. Okay, so getting 50 deals per year from one great builder, imagine what that would do to your life if in the next 90 days that you could find one builder that would give you 50 deals to close the following 12 months. That would change your life. So we're talking about almost 5 transactions per month. That's life-changing. That's a life-changing amount of money, especially with the compensation with how we get paid at Loan Factory. And for those of you that haven't been to other mortgage companies, especially retail or call centers, when I worked in call centers, we started out at 40 basis points. And this was us calling 120 leads a day. And then if you hit all of your bonuses and all your tiers and you maxed out, you're at 90 basis points. Okay. So the amount of money that we make per loan in the broker channel is fantastic. And the amount of money that we make at Loan Factory is fantastic. And if you're new to this and you are just looking at like you want to keep every single penny to yourself, you're going to lose out. Because even me, having started in 2003, in 21, I was paying $1,500 a month to get coached by the floor. Then after that, I was paying $500 a month for the mortgage marketing animals. Tom Ferry was, I think, $1,800 a month. And this was at a point where I have been in this business for a very long time and closed hundreds, if not, well, I'd closed thousands of loans. So just perspective. All right. So next up, marketing and social media. So this is owning your brand. This is your channel. So if you're not marketing, you are invisible. Okay. So the posting the 3 times per week on social media and every single social media account really is truly just a bare minimum. I would say you'd be better off for 5 times a week or even 7. Now, certain ones are different. So just as an example, your Google My Business 3 times a week. It's pretty good. If you have a blog on your website, I would do 5 days per week. LinkedIn, three days a week, completely fine. Facebook, 3 to 5 is fine. Instagram, I would probably go 5 to 7. TikTok, man, knock that thing out with as many videos as you can. Like TikTok is not like any other type of social media. So with TikTok, your TikTok should be 100% only mortgage, nothing else. So the way that the algorithms work with TikTok is it looks at you and goes, okay, if you're providing just content in one market segment, we know that you're an expert in that segment. So if someone wants to know about mortgages, you're going to be one of the people they're posting. But if you're sharing memes and funny videos and you're doing TikTok challenges and all this other stuff, then you're just another random person that posts about mortgage stuff every once in a while, and they're going to show your content to anybody. So just keep that in mind. TikTok should be 100% mortgage, nothing. So running a database ad is really a great way to stay top of mind with your past customers. I'm not going to get really deep into this because I know a lot of you don't really have past customers, but as you do get them, running the database ads so that when they're on Facebook, when they're on Instagram, you know, that they still see you and you just stay top of mind. Because having past clients to send you referrals is literally the best thing ever. I've never been referred a loan from a past client and that person not closed with me. Well, let me rephrase that. Some of them didn't qualify, but if they bought a home, if they did the mortgage, they did it with me. They are not going to shop you, which of course at Loan Factory are $1,000 lowest rate. If you guarantee, who cares if they shop us, we're going to win anyways. But they're just really easy because there's that built-in trust because you were referred from a friend. So that is definitely important. Doing at least 1 video per week on YouTube and an educational type video. Whether you're talking about the qualifications for VA, busting mortgage myths, what is a DTI, how is income calculated? Think about getting more specific on questions, okay? So not just what's 5 tips or 5 hacks for first-time buyers. Like everybody does that. Get more specific. Figure out what your niche is, whether it's VA, whether it's USDA, non-QM, fix and flip, whatever it is. And your YouTube channel should be education about that. And then as far as your monthly email to your database, so I want to make sure that I'm clear on that. Your database is your past clients. That is who that email needs to go out to on a monthly basis. When it comes to marketing for real estate agents, you really should be doing a weekly newsletter. Okay. And for those of you that don't have a big list of real estate agents, we have a nice discount with Bonzo/MMI for $120 a month. You get Bonzo CRM, which may or may not be good. I have no idea because I only use MMI from it. But through MMI, you can go and it does take some manual work because they don't like to make it easy for you. But you can go search by different brokerage offices in your whatever markets you want, pull the roster, copy and paste that bad boy into an Excel spreadsheet or CVS, upload it to whatever email marketing tool that you use, and there you go. Pretty easy. So in that section 4, you're going to define what is your marketing strategy, define your plan, choose your platforms, and then map out your posting frequency. All right. So next, we're going to take a look at the weekly playbook, and this is really your game changer right here. So on Monday is going to be your agent day. There we go. Okay. These are your theme days. So Monday is your agent day, which is, again, I know that I'm kind of repeating myself, but really building those relationships with the real estate agents. On Tuesday, your status update day. This is an incredibly valuable day right here. So this is the day where you have any active transactions where you're going to call your customer, you're going to update your customer, you're going to call both real estate agents. Okay. And it is critical that you call both agents. The buyer's agent, so that you're maintaining that relationship and nurturing that relationship that you hopefully already have with them. What it's also allowing you to do is build a relationship with the listing agent. Show the listing agent how well you communicate, show them how well you keep everything updated, and close that loan on time. Okay, stay on top of things. And you guys, especially with Loan Factory, you can't just sit back and be like, the processor has this. Not if you're using Loan Factory's processors, not if you're using a processor that you don't have a deep history and that you know that they're on top of things. Because I'm just going to be honest with you, it's hard to find good processors. Okay, so if you are truly serious about your mortgage business, you have to make sure stuff gets done. Okay, don't get upset with processors. Don't lash at them, but just understand that it is your job, not their job, to make sure that your loan closes on time. All right. And so once you've had a good, successful closing and you've been on a weekly basis talking to that listing agent, and you give them that call and say, hey, got great news. You know, the Smiths at 1286 James Street, they're clear to close. The title company should have the package, tomorrow, whatever. So I know we're not closing for 5 days or 3 days or whatever it is, but everything's going to be ready. So they're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is great. Thank you so much. And just let them know, like, hey, it's really been fun working with you. I would love to, grab some coffee sometime, hop on a Google Meet or Zoom call and just kind of talk, like, see what your business is about, see if there's maybe some possibilities that we could work together and that I can help you out. And if you've given a great experience with them, that's better than any scripted Monday call to a real estate agent that you've never spoken to or that you've never worked with in your life. So you've given them firsthand proof that you're good at what you do. So it makes it a lot easier. So next we're going to get into Wednesday. So Wednesday, that is your pre-approval day. So that's a great day to work on any pre-approvals that still need to be touched. That's also where you want to reach out to those customers that you are pre-approved. You can send them an email. You can give them a call. Just, hey James, just touching base with you, man. Wanted to see how the house hunting's going. You find anything good out there, just keep it very simple. There's no reason to get complicated with that. And then let the real estate agent know, like, hey, just wanted to let you know I followed up with James today. He said XYZ, whatever it is. So now on Thursday, that's our past client day, which again, depending on your database, you may or may not be able to do this. If you don't have this, then I want you to double up on your agent day. Make this another day where you're reaching out to real estate agents, trying to schedule meetings, coffee, Zoom calls, Google Meet, whatever. Okay. So, but assuming that you do have past clients, this is a great day to either send them a rate check to see if they might qualify for a refinance, if that makes sense. And once again, make sure that you properly price that out in the pricing engine in Loan Factory's portal before you send that to them. You do not ever, under any circumstances, use the emails that get sent out. Those do not have any compensation. And if you send that out to a customer and they move forward with it, then you are not going to make a single penny on that loan, and you will be paying Loan Factory to close that loan. So please keep that in mind. Again, that's also the day where you want to dedicate for creating those letters from the heart, where you're wanting to reach out, asking for referrals. And I mean, too, you really should be getting friend requests with everybody that you do business on Facebook. So like, you have your list of your past clients, go through, check out their Facebook page, comment, like some of their posts, just give them some interaction. So like, we are in 2025, a lot of what this program was founded on is stuff that's been around for 30 years. Okay. So technology gives us a little bit of an upper leg, so take advantage of it. So now Friday, the VIPs, the builders, we talked a little bit about how you can get those lists. And then when it comes to builders, you really need to put a presentation together. Okay. So Canva is a great tool for presentations. Gamma is also another one. And you can use those to put together a presentation to then give to a builder or to a builder's rep about, hey, this is what I can do. I can take your turn downs. I can do this. It's going to be these same day pre-approvals. Like, these are all the different things that we offer that your lender don't. And if you really want to up it and like show them that you are a true master at your game, find out who their preferred lenders are and then research them. We all, of course, have Gemini Pro with Loan Factory. So the deep research mode on Gemini Pro is fantastic. Put in who their lender is and be like, go to town. I need to know everything about this lender. What are their overlays? Like, find out as much as you can about them, because if you get a builder and you know their lender only goes down to a 640, awesome. Anytime you get somebody under 640, just send them my way, So be strategic, be intelligent about what you're doing there, and follow this for 90 days. Watch your pipeline explode, watch your bank account explode, and then call me and thank me. All right, next up. So what gets measured gets managed. All right, so the things that we want to track weekly, because as we know, all great champions track their statistics every single day. And if you didn't track it, it didn't happen. So the things that we want to track weekly are the calls that we've made, the meetings that we've set, the applications we've taken, the contracts that we've got signed or received, the closings, and our income. So every Friday, you want to ask yourself these 3 questions. What worked this week? What didn't work this week? And what am I going to do differently the following week? So when we're looking at our workbook here in page 6, this is called the greatness tracker. And this is your scoreboard, okay? And it's really easy to just go into Google Sheets, take this page, upload it into Google Sheets into Gemini, and tell it, make me this tracker, and it will make you this tracker. All right. So, but with this, you can do it that way, or you can literally just print this thing off and print one off for every single week, every single day, and just track it manually. There's absolutely nothing wrong if that's the way that you want to do it. So do that. And then doing the review definitely does matter. It matters to know what worked and what did not, so that you can adjust your plan accordingly. All right. So next up, we're going to move over to pages 7 and 8. I know this is a little weird. So these are the 7 boxes of life. So you didn't get into business to burn out. None of us did. And balance is really not a luxury. It is a strategy. So, if any of you are parents or married or an adult, you've experienced parts of your life to where that, you had so many things going on personally that it was just impossible for you to be able to focus on business. And that's not good. That happened to me in 2022 and 2023 when my mom was in the hospital more times than I care to even think about. Had some very dramatic, life-altering situations with my kids, just completely threw my whole entire life upside down in a way that I'm really just now starting to get back into a more focused, more normal mindset and frame. So it's critical that you do have these boxes of life and that you don't burn out. So with them, we have work. That's box 1. Box 2 is money. 3 is family. We got friends, love, self, and spirituality. So you want to set one goal for each one of these areas, and there's no reason to overdo this. If this is the first time that you've done anything like this, just keep it simple. So one goal for each box, and you want to identify your non-negotiables in your time blocks as far as they relate to this as well. So when we're looking at that, you've got your vacation. How many weeks do you want to take for vacation? What is the time that you want for your family, your significant other, or even just yourself? What about for your health and wellness? We don't take care of our mind. It doesn't matter what we're doing in business, because you can make $10 million a year, but if your mind and body are falling apart and your life is falling apart, then the money means nothing. So you need to have a dedicated time to do that. And then also personal development time. It's good to have hobbies. It's good to have other things that we want to learn, whether that's learning to play an instrument. I'm personally working on the bass guitar. I'm very horrible at it, but maybe one day I'll be just kind of bad. So in your time, you don't have to do this right now, but you're going to want to go through this and map these out. These are a very important part of your overall success. Okay. So balance, it really does create performance. So in here in 7, when you win at home, you're going to show up stronger at work. So make sure that you do have those goals set, your professional goal, your personal goal, your relationship goal, and make sure, again, blocking those times so that you have that to yourself. Okay. So go ahead and define your goals and map out your vacation time with either yourself or your significant other, and then block the family time or personal time, whichever it is that you have. All right. So this is your plan. It's your foundation, and we want to lock this in. not later. We're going to do it right now. So I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes and there's 4 steps. Just make sure to go back, make sure that your income goal, that you're on point with your income goal, make sure that you've got listed your top 3 partners, make sure that you pick your theme day start date. I highly advise everyone to choose Monday of the next week as that. Let your mind get wrapped around this, possibly learn a few new skills, a few new tools that can help you implement some of these different things, and then commit to 90 days that you're going to do this. And so, review the workbook, pages 1 through 8, put all those goals in here, and then make a commitment and sign. Sign this down here, committed that you are going to stick to this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my timer on right now, and I'll see you guys back here in 10 minutes. Sorry about that. Don't know why the last page wouldn't have been included, but you can download it, or you can go to that link and then you can download it yourself. Maybe try downloading it to Google Slides. Yeah, so when you click on the link, I would say download, export to Google Slides, or you could do PowerPoint. So if you have Microsoft, PowerPoint would be fine. If you don't have Microsoft, just do export to Google Slides. Perfect. And while you guys are doing that, we got just a couple more slides to go over, and then I'm going to open this up to question and answers. So make sure to think of any good questions that you guys might have. I'm a big believer in asking questions. All right, so you guys cannot do this alone. And I know that you see on here the accountability partner. So if you're one of my mentees or on my team, obviously you got me here to keep you accountable. If you're not, find somebody. Loan Factory has 2,000 loan officers. I'm also always looking for people to join my mentorship and also my team. So if you're interested in joining either one of those, feel free to reach out. But if not, I would recommend going to like the Google chat for Loan Factory and finding someone that is serious about their business in 2026 and that would want to be an accountability partner. So with that, you want to have 30-day check-ins where you're reviewing your progress and you're adjusting as necessary. And then by 60 days, and you should also be able to course correct and know like, this has not worked. So I'm a big believer in changing your strategy, specifically with marketing and social media marketing. You have to try new things and you have to change your content, okay? So storytelling might be great for a month and then you stop getting views. So then you might need to go to being a myth buster, education, whatever it may be. So you do have to look at what's working and what's not working and try new things. Once you hit that 90-day review, you definitely want to measure your results and you should have been tracking everything. And that's also going to help you plan for the following quarter. And success, it requires accountability. So you do want to reach out, pick someone today. Again, like my mentees and my team, you guys got me. Anyone else that's on here or that watches this at a later point in time, you're more than welcome to reach out about my mentorship team. And in 2 weeks, life is going to happen. So this is why you need your accountability partner, someone who's running this playbook with you. And I mean, it can be more than one person. You can get a group of people together. And I mean, even if this is people that I'm the mentor, that you're on my team or whatever, like you guys are more than welcome to get together and hold each other accountable as well. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. So business rewards consistency, not chaos. And my brain is super chaotic with ADHD, but because I have a plan, because I can follow a plan for the most part, it did allow even my chaotic brain to be successful. So 2026, it is your Super Bowl. Once again, football coach, football player here. This is your plan. This plan here, it is your playbook. Now, you can't win your season if you didn't plan for it. And I know, Eric, if you're still on the call, you're a football coach as well. Imagine going into a game without a plan. Like we don't have a defensive plan drawn up, an offensive plan. Like, holy cow, imagine trying to coach. So will you run it? This business rewards consistency. You want to show up every day, hit your number, track your progress, and do that for 90 days, and it's going to transform your business. And I'm very, very difficult on myself. There are very few things in my life that I've ever really celebrated how I am, because I'm the type of person where I always look at like, I can do better. I can do this better. There's a better way to do this. And so for me, one of the things that I deal with is like wanting everything to not only be perfect, but just better than what anybody else is doing. And that can cause me personally to get to a point to where instead of me taking action and doing things that I know that will help my business, I'm spending more time planning, developing, working out all the bugs and making sure that everything is perfect. So don't be like me. Don't do that. That's also a reason why when I followed or when I was in this coaching program that, yes, I made a lot of money. Over $400,000 is an insane amount of money. But there were people that were making over $1 million a year because they actually followed every single step of the plan, where me, I followed about 80% of it. But it does go to show you that even if you only do 80%, you're still going to be successful. So if you have a day where you don't make your builder calls, you don't do your social media posting, it's not the end of the world. Don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow is a new day, and make sure that you do show up that next day. So consistency is not perfection, it's consistency. Okay. So your next steps, once we get off this call, after we do the Q&A, make sure that you've got your ebook. I'll go ahead, if you guys want me to, well, you guys have the link, but if anybody wants me to send them the slide version of this as well, because I would assume that does not have the last page cut off, I'm happy to do that. Just shoot me an email and set your theme day systems starting on Monday, this coming Monday. Schedule your 30-day review. If you're on my team or one of my mentees, schedule that review with me. Send me a Google Meet invite, calendar invite for 30 days from now. This needs to be one-on-one. This isn't going to be with the whole team or all the mentees. This is one-on-one type thing right here. 90 days of execution. You got to commit to it. Sign it. Put that in your brain. Make that promise to yourself. Make it to your family if you have one. Like whoever it is, make that commitment between yourself and whoever it is that you need to. And let's go dominate 2026. So if you guys don't have my contact information, it is right there. I will leave this up for a second. I mean, you really should all have my contact information if you're on this call. We are going to go ahead and move into the question and answer. That's weird. Okay. So opening up question time. What do you guys have questions about? You can raise your hand or you can just start talking, not everybody at once. I know that this was a lot to digest today. So even if it's just comments, let me know. What's your feedback? What are your questions? What are your concerns? What do you need help with? What are you struggling with? What do you want to be better at?
Hi, Jeremy. Thank you so much. This has been such a great information that I've just learned in this last couple of minutes, and I'm sorry I was a little late. But I wanted to ask you, you said the CRM that you use, but I didn't hear what it was. If you can repeat that CRM. Oh, it's a custom build. Okay.
Yeah, so actually no one on my team has even seen it yet. So the people that are on my team or moving to my team, we're doing a walkthrough on Friday afternoon with it. But as far as good CRMs that are out there, is a mortgage specific one. It's kind of pricey. It's pretty decent. Follow Up Boss is made for real estate agents, but it's a little bit more affordable. I think it's about $70 per month. It's pretty easy to use. HubSpot has some different ones. I mean, it definitely has to be customized. So I mean, there's different options out there. But as far as mortgage specific ones, you have Be in Touch, you have Shape, the two main ones. And I personally liked Follow Up Boss better than either one of those, even though Follow Up Boss was meant for real estate agents. For me, I really enjoyed the custom fields with Follow Up Boss. So one of the things that I would do is I had a custom form that I made that I integrated with Zapier, which if you don't know what Zapier is, you probably don't want to, because it's a nightmare. It's an integration platform where you can piece everything together, and it's not fun. It's very, very much a joke. It's not fun, but it's amazing what it can do. Yeah. So, but anyways, I created like a loan submission form that would feed right into the Follow Up Boss CRM, and it would populate all these different fields. And then I had email templates that I customized that would then pull from those custom fields. So like one of the builders that I worked with, they wanted all of their updates from me to have a very specific subject line that had their file number, then had a dash, then had the street address to the home, and then another dash, and then the last name of the customer. So that was one of the things where I customized in that. So whenever I was doing updates to that specific builder, it would automatically populate that information. There was a few other things that they wanted specifically in each email. So it's Follow Up Boss is probably the most affordable, comprehensive one that can be used for mortgages.
Question: with the CRMs, are you able to use your own phone number, or might have to get like a binding?
No, so with any CRM, if you're trying to text or call through it, you can get your own number, but it wouldn't be your cell phone number. So it would be a number that you would get directly to be used through that platform.
I figured. So I use my own number, but
I mean, you can port your number to it, but then it's directly tied to that CRM. So if you ever decide to not use that CRM, you'd have to port it back. And then two, like if you're if you use one cell phone number for personal and business, then now when everyone trying to call or text you on your personal number, it's going to be going through the CRM.
Right. True.
But Scott, I'm sure that when you see the CRM on Friday, you're going to be
Heard that.
anybody else.
Oh, I was going
Yeah.
to jump in. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll go
Go ahead.
next. Okay. Hey, I was just going to say this is an awesome playbook and super detailed and oriented towards just being really successful this upcoming year. I'm super excited about it. As far as like trying to break this off into chunks, like how would you say if you had to implement this in the phases, would you prioritize certain aspects over others?
I mean, really, it would just be picking the 2 market segments that you would want to go to, which, I mean, if I was brand new, I would pick real estate agents and probably real estate investors to go with. I mean, to me, your social media is a requirement. Like, you can't even say that that's not going to be one. But I mean, if you really just wanted to take it slower, you know, you could roll out the first 30 days just focusing on your social media marketing and real estate agents. That would be the first way that I would go.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Scott?
No, never mind. I'm good.
Okay.
As always.
No problem. Anybody else? Going once, going twice, 3 times. All right. So thank you for everybody for coming today. Those of you that came, I will be sending out the recording of this once I trim it down and edit it a little bit. And I'll probably just go ahead and send out the slides version of the workbook in case you need it, in case you were driving or not in a position to be able to download that. And you know, if you are looking to join a team or looking for a mentor, here I am. Feel free to reach out and we can discuss more about that. For those of you on my team, on Friday, we are going to do a walkthrough for the new CRM. Prepare for your minds to be blown. There's tons of AI integration into it. You'll be able to schedule your social media calendar and posting for all of the social media channels, drip campaigns for everything that you can think of, email newsletters to real estate agents, builders, you name it. In addition, the real estate agent AI course will also be live on Friday. And so that is another resource that you will be able to give to real estate agents to work with us specifically on our team here. And they can get free access to that with multiple prompt guides, workbook guides. There's a version of this that I did for real estate agents as far as the business. So if you are the preferred mortgage person, they get access to it for free. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy what I built for you. And with that, everybody have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jeremy.
Thank you.